right, so once you have drawn your picture the way that you want it, you're going to flip it over on the back and divide it into at least 8 pieces. You can have more if you want to. You want to number each piece. This is so it's easier to put it together when we're done. And I have also put my initials on each piece with an arrow. Then I'm going to carefully cut these apart. You want to make sure that none of your pieces are too big, because then it's really, it just doesn't make for as attractive a project, because you want to make sure you don't have any giant spaces.
What are the arrows for?
So I know which direction, like when I flip it over, which direction the next number goes.
Oh! Okay.
So some of these pieces are really big, but I've cut it into kind of an organic shape because my picture is flowers. I could have cut it into rectangles. Pardon?
Did you get the stream to look good?
I don't know if it looks good or not, to be honest.
Can I see?
In a second. I am filming this, just so you know. Alright, so there's one piece. Okay? And part of the reason we cut this apart is that then it's more manageable. So you can just work on one piece at a time. It's easier to transport instead of this great big piece of paper. And if I've given you a handout of all the different mediums you can use, you can then write on the back if you think you know what mediums you want to use, or you can cross them off as you use them. Obviously, if you're using paint, you're going to have to set those to dry. Sometimes those will curl up, and so you want to make sure you keep them nice and flat. I'm going to stack all my pieces over there together. Like I said, you have to have at least 8 pieces, but you can have more than that if you want to. But if you only have 8 mediums, then at some point you could repeat the mediums, but I wouldn't do pieces that are side by side, because when you break it up like this, it actually makes it look just a little bit more interesting. Tricky for me to get to that. Cut this piece off. And you don't want any piece to be too giant. Okay, so now here are all my pieces, but you can see how it would be kind of tricky to try to put it back together, which is why they're all numbered on the bottom. And I also put LL for that's the lower left-hand corner, so when I flip it over, it goes down on this side. And then I can kind of put them back together again. But on each piece, I'm going to use a different medium.